Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. And today we are up with a Let's Make This from Panalisa, and it's a requested one. So today I'm going to use Panalisa's berry pack, which I've shown on previous hauls, and it's filled with all kinds of raspberries, strawberries, blueberries. We're going to use the cake box. Yeah, that's what I would call it. I'd call it a little cake box. Somebody said that they were confused as to how it goes together, so we're going to try and do that. And then to go with that, I'm going to use some of my garden twine. And I must admit, I'm being very generous with my garden twine in the craft room at the moment, and it does belong in the garden. And I'm also going to use one of my AliExpress little, I don't know how close we're going to get this morning, a little strawberry charm, and these are just really sweet. I'm going to try and get a clear picture. See how close we can go. There you go. Little strawberry charm. They're just lovely. Right, so I am going to go away and I am going to die cut. Now, I will tell you, yeah, before I get everybody confused, I'm going to get it out of the bag because I've already cut it apart. And you can actually make a Christmas box with this. And I think it's actually meant as a Christmas box. But as Christmas has gone, we're going to make it into a strawberry dessert type box. Now you need to cut 6 of these, and you do actually get 2 of those pieces. So that makes life a lot easier. And then you need to cut 2 of these, which are like your frosting drips for the top of the box, and you've got your hole there for threading through, which is what I'm going to use the garden twine for. And you cut 2 of these, which are the base of the box. So that's what I'm going to do, and these are the 2 that I'm not using, which is holly and berries. So, you know, for Christmas, keep those, but I'm using these and my little strawberry charm. Right, I'll cut those and be right back. Right, so I've been away and I've done my die cutting, and I've got 2 pieces of the base of the box, and they will, you know, overlay each other like that. You can see these embossed sections. That's where your inners get folded to make the base of your box. And I've cut 6 of these, and this is where they will go. And I decided on chocolate because I always think chocolate and berries always look so nice together. So I've got 6 of those, and then I cut 2 tops of my lids. Now I decided to do them in my craft card stock again because it's nice quality, and whenever I'm making a box I don't like it to be flimsy. I like to think that it's going to last for a while. So these will be my covering pieces, which I've got to glue on. So that's the one, and then of course the other one is going to be exactly the same as the base, and we'll, you know, glue over the top. So I've got one where I tried to get whole berry, and basically that will, you know, if I get my shapes right here, will go on top like that, and then the whole thing will fold down. So I'm going to glue my strawberry pieces on, and I'm going to glue my brown pieces on, and I'll be right back. Right, so I've glued those, and what I did with the lid was I decided not to glue these drippy frosting bits down because I'm kind of wondering when I do it what it's going to look like, you know, being a little bit sort of like frilled up around the edges. So I'm going to leave these floating free. See that? It's just the top bit that I've glued. Now these go together like that, and you've got little sections here that will fold. So I think probably the best thing for me to do on camera here is to find those fold lines. Hope I'm not all blurred. And my other one is going to go on top of this, but you've got a little bendy bit here which you can't actually see from the reverse, but if you bend that, it goes into there, and you can see it builds your box. So I need to do exactly the same thing with that. And I think rather than use wet glue on those pieces, I'm going to run some tape just down the edges. And rather than take up camera time putting tape on the edges, I'll do that off camera and then peel it off and show you. And you've got exactly the same thing here. I've glued those pieces on and you can see you've got these that will fold. So if I get my finger in there, you can see they fold up like that, but you just fold these in. I'm hoping my glue is dry. If it's not, I can squeeze it as I go. And if I do one here, now you can see my glue is still just a little bit wet. So bend those in. And then you've got these bits here. You need to bend all of those in. Then you've got another one here. And then when you lay it down, you see these pieces? They're going to glue across to there and across to there. So that you've got your start of your box and this bit glues into there. So what I'll do is I'm going to put tape on here and come straight back. Right, so I've got all my tape on there to make the base of the box, and I also found I've got a little piece of my Dollar Tree lace left, and I do need to buy some more actually. So I put the lid of the box together, and I've just used some garden twine there, popped my strawberry on. I hope that's not all blurred. And I decided to wrap my lace around that part of the box, and of course you need to tie a knot there so that your strawberry or whatever little dangle or bow you put on isn't just going to drop off. So I'm just going to rest that there, and building the top of the box is exactly the same as building the bottom of the box. So here we go. You can, if you want to, glue up all your sides. Now when I say all of them except for the outsides, you just put them across like this and line them up. And I've got a lot of humidity here today, so I hope my tape is going to stick. So there's that one. I haven't done that one because of course it's got to connect to the edge of the other one, and I'll do the same there. I'll leave that one unstuck. So you just need to go around and line them up. And then what I would suggest is not to use tape but wet glue for popping this section into here. Now as you can see, that bit, once you've glued the base, is going to glue to there and that one to there, so that you're ending up with your little box. So what I'm going to do is glue my wet bit because it's taking quite a while, and I'll come right back, but I'll just show you before I vanish that you put in glue into here. I never go sort of like directly up to the edges because I know it's going to screws out when I press on it. So you get your glue there and you do exactly the same for the lids because it's the same shape, and then you slot that together and hold it down firm. You glue those two bits last. Right, I'm going to let that dry and I will be right back. Right, so that's dry and you can see how big that is. I'd say that would probably hold 3 round chocolates, or maybe 4 of the Lindor truffles. So I am going to measure it. It's still a little bit damp at the bottom, but my humidity is terrible, and I'll show you just how bad it is. I mean, if you want to see what this looks like with the ribbon, this has got tape on it. I don't mind taking it off because I can add some glue and stick it back after. But that is basically what your little pudding lid looks like without any lace. And obviously you've got to size up your sides, and that goes on. Dangle that off the edge, and that is what it looks like from the sides. I hope my camera's not all blurred. Yeah, see that? It's refusing to glue because it's so humid here. So I'm going to stand that down flat. And anyway, that is how you make that. And that is what I've got for you today. Right, measurements. Let's go across there. That is 2 1/8. And then the height, I'm getting my fingers stuck on that now, is 1.5 inches high. I quite like that. And as you know, I didn't glue those little bits down, so I can actually fluff those up. You could curl those up if you wanted to. But I just think that's a really cute little box. It's just a shame my humidity is not letting my glue dry. And of course you can use whatever paper and do it in whatever colour you want to. You could even, if you wanted to, pull that strawberry through and have it, you know, like the lid of your box, and have it kind of like that way around. Right, I thank you so much for joining me today. As usual, all links are below, and tomorrow I'll be up with KS Craft. Have a wonderful day. Bye.